or the paint section, and they have, in the hardware store, I guess, and they have pieces of marble to see what it looks like, what it would be for your countertops. And that's what these pieces of paper that I work on are. Sometimes I use these. I use different things sometimes. And they're getting really, really messy, and I thought, well, they're getting too messy for you guys to kind of concentrate on my work. And I thought that since I had them, I was going to start maybe make a little journal with them. I don't do too much of journal videos. I don't do that many journals, to be honest. So I thought, well, I'm going to make this into a journal, little journal book. And this one's got a cut in it, but that doesn't matter. And every once in a while I'll clear off my table every couple of times a year. And I got some glue on my fingers. I had to patch my pool, and it was very sticky glue. Yeah, so it's just going to be messy. I'm always crafting, and it's just one of those things that I like to be a clean crafter, but it just comes out this way. And I don't spend nearly as much time cleaning as I do crafting, and my craft room is kind of messy. But, you know, the rest of the house is clean. It's just that, yeah, the crafting gets crazy. And then usually I'll stop and I'll clean before I start, and by the end of one project or a series of things I'm working on, I'll have a humongous mess. So that's usually how it goes. So it'll be like little mini cleans in between, and the girls will help with their area because theirs gets pretty crazy too. And so now I've got another page. I'm not sure how I'm going to put them together yet. And I don't care about the rips too much, so I'm just going to put them together. I could always throw paper on top or something when I'm doing whatever I'm doing. So I'm just folding it. So I'll have 8 pages. And this is my mess right at the bottom, so I gotta get more, something more to put in the back. I have a non-stick mat still. It's in rough condition. I have it upstairs. I use it upstairs when I'm crafting upstairs. Okay. So I also have glass that I usually have, but it's a mess. Everything's a mess. So there is my pages right there. Now I can just stick them into one. I'm not sure how I'll do that today. I can stick them all in one, or I can stick each one open and close it over. So a cute little journal page like that. And to make it quick, I think I'm not too crazy. Like, I don't care too much how sturdy it is. I think I'm just going to tape it together with my Spider-Man tape. This is pretty sticky tape. It's like washi tape, but it is Spider-Man. I'm not sure what actually kind of tape it is. It's kind of, doesn't feel like washi tape, but it's pretty sticky. Works pretty good, so I'm just going to throw that in there and just do a binding like that because I can. I'll put one page at a time, right along the seam. Spidey's going to stick it all together for me. This is an easy, quick way to throw together a few pages for a journal. And this is more of a larger one too. And it's nothing fancy, but it works. Recycle. There's my broken piece there. So I'm just going to tape that down right there. My torn pieces from cutting through. I don't even have to tape those because I probably will have, I'm just going to tape, maybe I'll just tape the next one down. Put it together. Just use whatever tape is fairly little stronger. This one's pretty strong, so that's what I thought. Well, it's safe to use it. I'm not even going to tape that one up right now. Then I'm going to do my next one. And then we have a little journal. And then I can make a page. I think it's pretty cool. And I made a mess with my tape. And I think it's pretty cool. And like I said, I just got a few pieces of paper from the swatches that look like the different granites to see what kind you want on your cupboard. And I think you only have to pay, like, if you get them, I don't know if you get them for free, you only have to pay like however many cents for each one, like really cheap, because they don't want you just taking a whole bunch of them. So it's pretty worth it to get these nice papers to work on in the background. And then once they get too crazy, now I have a bit of a layer here, like a thicker binding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape it, and I'm going to tape it right to it. I'm not going to tape it flat. I'm going to tape it right in there. I'm just going to add another piece of tape because I want it to be able to open and close freely without pulling. So I tape. I'm going to take my tool just to go down. I don't know if you can see that from that height. I want you to see the whole paper. Go down into that little step down because you got layers of paper, and I'm just pushing it on to the back of it. Like I said, I don't want to strain it and have it strain. And there we go. Now it is basically a little book, a scrapbook. Quick and easy. Easy to work on. And you already got some paint on it. And you can even go more crazy with your paint. But like I said, I was starting to get really crazy for me. And there we go. I think that's pretty cool. I hope you guys try it out. I don't know, like, I think it's pretty cool just to have, you know, I think you pay like 10 cents a paper if you have to pay. Some places don't have to, you have to pay, but I think I went to Totem and I'm like, oh, I like these. Good background, and then you can use them for a book after. Okay, well maybe we should work on our first page on our cover. Okay, so decided that I'm gonna do something springy, summery, whatever, and I'm gonna throw. I got these traditions. I use these for my girls painting group, And I'm just going to throw some of that down on here, and I'm not going to be too careful. I want to stick some color on here and paint it around, and really not too much either. I think I probably put way too much color here, and I can wipe some of it off. And I kind of got a spring feel. I have some nice trees. Actually, they are an apple tree in a potted, because I want to bring them in for fall. And I have a pear tree, and I want to get more trees. I want to get a cherry tree and things like that. So I got kind of inspired to do something like that. So I'm just kind of throwing some colors down. It might be a little much more than what I want. So what I'm going to do is just kind of in a kind of box direction, because it's just the way I want it. Pull some color off. Because I kind of do like that stone granite look in the background. It's interesting, gives it some interest. I'm going to just wipe my paint away. I'm going to add a little red. Shake it up. I'm going to add a little red. So maybe this little 8-page book now is going to be just a little bit of a something that I'm looking for. Goals. You can have journals instead of written journals. You can have little goal journals in other ways, like little plants or trees that I want. So I'm going to make it into a little journal that way, painted journal of the trees that I desire to have. I think that's kind of a cool idea. So I'm going for that. So I'm just putting some more paint on. I'm going to have to rub some of this off, I think, because like I said, I wanted to have, pull my sleeve up. I have a problem getting paint on everything I own. I'm like, oh, I was going to get dressed into certain pair of relaxed sweatpants, and I'm like, no, I'll just get paint all over them or glue or something. That's a little bit darker than I wanted. But that's okay. I kind of just gotta go with it. See, these colors here on this particular, this is the tester kit kind of thing. They're very dark, so you've got to add some white or whatever. And I'm not really mixing them in the palette or anything. I'm just putting it on there just to add color, to decide what I want. Oh, that's a lot of white. And to decide what I want on my journal page. And like I said, I'm going a little crazy with it now, but I did want to have some background showing, but hey. Sometimes you know what that happened, what that goes when you say you did want to do something. Sometimes it just makes a mind of its own. So I'm just going to pull off some of it. So you still see some of the background here. Try to not get my fingerprints too much in it. So that's kind of like an array of colors to add to the stone. Now I think I'm just going to add some stamping. And I do have number stamps. I do have these stamps here. So I think I'm going to use the ones Nikki gave me. And cat hand. And maybe my number stamps. So next, now I got my painting done. Just some background color. And not too much. I did add a little bit more paint than I wanted to. But hey, it just worked out that way. I could have left more showing. So let's see if I can scrape any of that off. How that would look. Probably just give it some texture look. It's not quite, it's not dry yet. There's just so many things you could just do, and it also gives you experience of something you've tried, so then when it comes to a serious project, you know what that effect will do. So if you want that, you can do it. So there's quite a bit of actual marble coming through, so that's nice. So I'm just scraping it up some with a palette knife to give it more dimension, texture, whatever. And I like that. It's just kind of a play with it. Now I'm going to quickly, oh, it seems pretty dry. It is a little dampy feeling. So what I'm going to do is just not even worry about it and put some numbers somewhere. So just throwing them in there somehow. Just like that. I'm just kind of stamping along. So you could do collage and that kind of thing on top of it too, like a paper napkin or something like that. So that would be really cute if I could find a bird paper napkin or something, and then add some stamps. There's, I like that. Now I got this stamp that I got from Nikki Made Me, which is awesome. Lines here, and I'm not going to put too much ink on it. I love that. That's cool. I love that. Put that on the side. So that is how it's looking. Cute, 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 cute. So I found a couple of paper napkins to cut out. So I found a rabbit one and I cut it out. And I found a floral one here and I cut it out. And I do want to kind of do the cherry tree, but I think I'm still going to do it even with some flowers, even though it would be past the stage of flowers. I'm just going to do it anyways, just because that's how I feel like doing it. I think that's okay. And I'm just going to collage those on. I thought, well, I was just going to paint directly on there, like something like a tree parts or whatever that I need. But then I'm like, oh, I want to do a collage. I haven't done a little bit of a collage in a bit. So I got the rabbit, found Bugsy here. My paintbrushes, my ones with the glue are almost all dry. So I'm just going to put some glue on here, just like Mod Podge type here. I actually have, it's a matte clear finish. I don't know, got the wrong one, but whatever, it'll work. So I'm going to throw my rabbit on there. I love rabbits. Kids have been bugging me for a rabbit. I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know about this. I'll stick them right to the edge. And I got this in like mail, which was really wonderful, a while back. So I can't remember who sent it. And I was looking for birds, but I don't really have much birds left. I have teeny weeny ones, but it was so small. It wouldn't look good with this one. Oh, his back kind of tore a bit. So put the bunny down. I like bunnies, even in the garden, even though they might eat some of the food. Rabbits are really cute, and the kids just love them. So we're gonna add a rabbit, and it's kind of like the rules of, if there is rules, there's not really any rules, but if you think about making a journal page, usually, if you're going by rules, if there is any, you know, is usually throw some paint down. You do a little bit of a collage, you do some inking, and you kind of just play with everything, right? And throw it on there. So it's kind of going by those. A lot of people that do videos and tutorials, and I did tear them up a bit right there, do have like the step-by-step of that. And I just thought, well, I'm just going to throw that on. Now I'm going to throw on my flowers, and I cut those out from a napkin as well. I think I just showed you. And I thought the bright flower was just perfect. And you can use any type of thing. You don't have to use paper napkin for a collage. You can use magazine paper, a drawing you've drawn already and just collage on, or photocopy if you love it and you don't want to, you want to use it over and over again, which that is a great idea. I thought that was cute. There that is. Okay, I'm going to quickly dry this off. Okay, so here it is, dried. The bunny's still got a little tack to it, but it's pretty dry. So what I was thinking of was adding a little tree piece. And I'm going to have to find a little bit of black. So I'm going to draw in a little bit of a tree, but I'm going to do a darker tree. So I'm not sure if I should use, I'm going to add some carbon black. I might use a little bit of burnt umber just to, I don't know, play with it a bit. So I'm going to shake this, put it on my old plate here that I have for a palette, because I've just been kind of playing and not cleaning it up. So that's what I get. So sometimes when I'm in the mood of playing but not cleaning up my palettes, I will grab some of these dollar store paper plates. Are very convenient. So there's raw umber, and there is some carbon black in the traditions. So I'm going to grab the raw umber, and I'm just going to start making a tree and kind of just go with my tree-esque. There, no, there's my word again. And do my design like that. Just like that. Couple of branches coming down. I think I'm going to come down with these branches here. And I'm just kind of twirling my brush a bit to make it look uneven, crazy like, because I could do that. And it gives me kind of an outline too, and then I could do a little bit of a dark or black a little bit where I want to. See, I could decide what I want, if I want it thicker. And that was just using my raw umber. It's so light that you can kind of, it's dark, but it's still light compared to black. Like, so you can kind of play with it and decide how you want everything. And then you can outline a little bits in here and there in black. Once you get what your feel of it is. just like that. So I'm just kind of going over here a little bit with white on the top. I'm going to go a little bit with the black on the bottom. And I'm just kind of making highlights, I think. And that kind of thing. I could mix a little bit of umber in there and just kind of burnt umber and go over it. So I'm just kind of playing with that. That's what I'm playing with. Don't want to make it look like snow on my branches, but I want to make it look like there's some light coming in. So I'm just kind of touching both the white and the umber, raw umber. And whatever, if it looks like snow, it looks like snow. I'm just having fun with it. Playing with my highlights and my lowlights. I'm also going to do it to my bunny, so I think that'll pull it in a bit. I think it'll be nice. So anything that you feel is too much, you can just rub off or whatever. So it works. Rubbing just the paint right off my brush without even worrying, and I'm going with the black underneath a bit here. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not being too careful. I'm just kind of playing with it and making it pop more. You could do this with a pen too. And I'm just going and twisting my brush a little bit. I'm going really quickly too. It's not the most perfect tree, but it's just having a little fun with it. And this is the carbon black that I'm using, just for the bottom of the tree shade type of thing. So there we go. It looks really nice. It looks more dimensional than having just a brown twig. I like it. And I thought, well, like I said before, I wanted to make some cherries, so we'll see about that. I'm going to put some leaves. I'm just wiping my cloth, and I'm going to put some leaves. I might have to do them a little bit lighter as well. But I'm just going to throw some leaf shapes here and there. I'm not worried about it. I'm not sweating it. It's just fun. So the larger leaves making the flowers look a little bit smaller, which is nice for me. Makes me feel like I'm making them a bit smaller. Flowers. That's what I'm doing. So I'm just doing it right over. I'm also going to do a few hanging green stems like this, and then I'm going to do a few cherries. I might not suit it, but whatever. I'm not really, the flowers may not suit because they're red and they're not really cherry looking flowers, but like I said, I don't really mind. So I'm just going to kind of do some more leaves right here. And then I'm going to add a little bit of white. Now, let's see, this is my decision here. I gotta make if I'm going to do a little bit of the white before it's dry on a leaf. That's kind of playing with it, just seeing how it's going to look. I'm sure next time it'll look better because I'll be like, oh, I done this and I liked it this way. So, and that's just to lighten up my leaf. This is just play. This is like, let's not think about, let's just kind of play. Abstract-y feel to it, so it's really fun. Once you get too like, oh, this is not right, this is not looking right, whatever, sometimes it takes the fun out of it, so I like to relax a bit. Now I'm just going to go on the outside of these a bit. I might want to use my pen for that, but I'm just kind of winging it. It might be too thick. I could kind of fix that up later, whatever. And there, that's that. Then I'm putting some raw umber on my bunny. Just on the outer edge. Kind of paint, outline him with paint a bit so you guys can see him. There he is. There's my bunny. So I'm just kind of going over a little bit here on the edging of these plants. And get my bunny's eyes coming, kind of showing a little bit more. It's the cheeks. So this is it. This is my bunny. We'll have to do some more outlining or whatever with that, I think. And then I'm going to put the video up. Let's see if we can, what we can do with this. Okay, so I got my painters and I'm not sure what's all wet and dry here. I might have to go over it a little bit with, I'm just going to do my outline on my cherries a bit. They're going to heat it. Okay, now I got ink everywhere. Okay, I added some water to my Posca pen. Little tip from Cat Hand. So I'm hoping I didn't overdo it. Looks like I might have. Okay. Anyway, it's a bit of a mess, but that's okay. It might not work. Well, it's going to kind of sketch enough for me to give it a bit of a outline around my cherries, if that's the last thing I do. I'm telling you. Okay, that's good. I think that's done for now. Let's see if I have, don't know if this will write on there because it's, no. Okay. I did a little bit of sketching there with the black. And what was I going to do else? I was going to kind of go with a little bit of the white Posca. It's really not realistically drawn, the cherries, but it's fun. It was fun. Nothing was really realistic on this project. It's just fun. I wanted to do a little garden feel. So that's what I'm doing, a little garden feel. And my little bunny. I think I'm going to add a tad of roll-on ink just to get on the bottom of some markings on my cherries. See if I don't destroy them. Don't know. I could use a little, just a little bit. I don't know if you can see what I did. It's just kind of like a little weirdness. Just a little weirdness, I guess, eh? And I'm adding some to my little leafy part here. That's on the rabbit, and you can see right through it, through the rabbit's greenery kind of went right through, and the paint's coming through, so that's really nice. And that's about it. I don't know what else to do, guys. I'm kind of just like, I don't know. Oh, that's the wrong way. I'm kind of just going out with my white now because I don't have black. Whatever. Just kind of playing with it. So, kind of get the feel of it. A mixed media piece. And you know what it's kind of supposed to be, so it's not quite realistic, but that's okay. There we go. Very messy. Love it. I think I'm going to add, I wanted to add a border, but we'll see here. I'm going to do, well, I guess I'm doing it. I want to add a border. I could have done a paper border, a collage one. I kind of wanted to do this cute little white one. We'll see how that works. Try to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to cut this paper border here and glue this one on right here. And I'm going to add one to the top. And I'm going to make it both. Oh, it's close to the same length. So there we go. To the top, just for something different. I think. I wanted to do 2, but I might just do 3 border pieces. Just like that. I think I'm just going to use this thing here. I'm going to throw it into my Exron sticker maker and see how that works. So I'm going to slide them in. Well, I have used it before. Don't want to put too much, use up too much of my, so as soon as it comes out, I just want to tear it away like that. So that's all on there. I don't think I need to do too much more to it. So pull it off. Maybe I do need to push a little more pressure. Now I'm going to stick this one down here. These are the borders I've made for the hashtag event that we had for the International Crafters Group. And you could just do any kind of thing to your piece. Doesn't really have to have any rules. There we go. I like that. I think I'm moving my camera everywhere here. There we go. So that's down. And that's the creative sticker, and it works great. And I think I'm done, guys. And I think I'm just going to print one word, or stamp a word. I'm going to stamp cherish. Because I don't really know what else that I want to stamp. I'm just going to stamp cherish right here. It's a little small, but it's there. Can you see that? Cherish. There all by itself. And I think that's cute. Now I'm going to add a little bit of glue just to seal us all in, and I think I'm done, guys. I really think I'm done. I could add a little bit of stabile, whatever, pencil around some things. I might just do that with my watercolor and just kind of, or my water brushes, and shade in a bit here. We'll see how that works. I got my wider edge piece, edged one here, and I'm just going messily. I'm just having fun with it, guys. I'm not even like caring. This is what, it was just a scrap piece anyways, the what we put together in the beginning of this video. So now I have my little garden book of just, you know, what I think about garden, rabbits, trees, flowers, that kind of thing. And I'm just going to do that. I'm going to stick with it and do a few garden ideas like that. See how I like this. Just kind of do a couple leaves. If I like it, I'll do more. I think I do like it, so I'm just gonna kind of discover what you like, guys. And that's the nice thing about some of this stuff, is just play. Discover what you like. Go with the flow. See how nice that is? Just giving a little bit of something. Giving more depth or something, you know, just a little something that pops a little bit more. And this video could probably go on. I could probably add tons more and tons more and tons more and drive you guys all crazy. That's the thing about videoing these things. That's why a lot of people, I think, do it in speed. I'm not sure if I'm going to add any speed to it. I might have to, because this is going to be a long video. With the making of the book and throwing all this little details of this and that together that I kind of just think about, you know, because I'm not thinking, I'm not planning. There we go. It's going to go around a bit here on the flowers now. See how I like that. Hopefully I do, because I'm just decided just to go crazy for it. It's just a little bit of darkness, and it kind of just pulls in a bit together. And I'm just going to go on the edges of this border. I really do got to sharpen up this pencil. I think that's good. There we go, guys. That is that. So what I'm going to do is just seal it in. I just got distracted, saw these, and I'm like, oh, I got you a few here and there. You can only see these ones through all of it. They're stamped out. They're really clear. So I'm just going to do a few of these. Make these little things pop here that I put. I think it's cute. So that's it. I had to do that to see if this will scratch anything in there anymore. Give me a scratchy border or anything. I think that one has had the biscuit, guys. Yep. So I'm just going on with some little bit of fine pens that I got from Nancy Bastine, and just going in with a few colors. And I think that's it, guys. And I'm gonna be then just sealing it with some of that sealer I was talking to you about, and just throwing that on there and sealing all of this in this, my borders and everything I have on here. I think one can go on and on and on with all these little things that you have. So that's, yeah, so okay, I'm gonna throw on, I've got twistable twist sticks. I'll throw that a little bit of red back on there a little bit to kind of tie it together, I think, and then I think that'll be it, guys. And then I think I'm done with that. And like I said, just enough to, this is mixed media fun, enough to really play and enjoy it. And so next is just drying it off and then sealing it up. And that's that, guys. So friends, what I've done here is I sealed it, and I decided that I wanted to put some stenciling on it, just a little bit here. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab one of my brushes here, just one of these ones, and grab some metallic. And I have some gold here, and I'm just going to go in kind of a I don't know, and just kind of go over and add some. I always love to add a little bit of gold, and there's never a too late of a time to do that. And so I'm just going to go and add it now, kind of adding a little bit more onto my border. So I'm just decided I wanted a little bit of gold, and I'm going to put it kind of around my border area. And this is what I discovered that I want to do. So, and I'm like, oh, what kind of stencil I want to have? Like a serious. I was going to actually paint a little bit over here. What kind of border do I want? I want something serious, or I mean a stencil, or do I want, like, it doesn't matter if it kind of works or not. So I'm just kind of going a little random and not worrying about if it works or not. And that's what I decided to do, to add a little bit of interest and to kind of, I think, help bring in a little bit of the borders. So I'm just flipped it over and going all over my whole page with the stencil. Now I'm just going to kind of go over the edge a bit heavier here, and maybe put some stenciling or some gold edge, just because I have all this paint now. But I could always throw it onto something else too. So, but I do like that. Now I have to use up all these paints that I've been using here. I'm probably going to spread them all on another page. Dry this up. I'm got my stencil here, and I'm going to grab my art gravel ink, and I'm just going to use my stencil edge as the bit of a guide right here, and try to keep it best I can there. It's not going to be the straightest, and I know I'm going through my other layers, but I don't care. And I'm just going actually around the stencil, adding the black ink, and it's not going to be totally straight, but it's giving me a very crisp border like that. Something different. So just using the outside of my stencil. Like I said, I don't care, it's going through my other layers, and it's just gonna, on my pages, it'll just add to the interest of my work. Inking my edges just like that all the way around, using my stencil in a totally unique way to make it inked at my edge like this, such a way that, hey, get tired of doing the same old inked edges, so I've decided to go with a little bit of a different. So using my edge to get a perfect border that way. Nice crisp inked edge. Just lining up where I left off, and it doesn't matter if it's thicker or thinner to me on this particular one. So there we go. Used my stencil in a totally unique way. Again, There's my edges. My pages are kind of coming together, but this is what the page looks like. And we are done the journal. And I'm happy with it. Hope you guys like this. Don't forget to craft like a duck, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.